Welcome to Audrey's world. It's me, it's Audrey, and it's my world, and you're just living in it. Haha. That's so not true, but things would definitely be different if that was the situation we were in. I hope everyone is just enjoying the summer, enjoying the outside. I will remind you it's temporary. Flash forward in 6 months, we are going to be so sad that it's not this way. So let's just live it up while we can, all right? Enjoy the fresh air, enjoy the sunshine, enjoy the humidity as shitty as it is, and just enjoy what you can while you can because it won't be around for long. So just a gentle reminder to enjoy what you have. If you are watching, you will see I spruced up my studio space. Audrey's studio has done a much needed revamp. I always hated just the bare white walls behind me and my paleness, my complexion, white on white on white on white on white. It just doesn't do anyone any good. So I spruce things up and I love it. Well, there's room to grow for sure, but it's in a much better place. And I didn't realize, honestly, how much I did not like it until I'm seeing the new. So I hope your eyes enjoy it as well more, but feels a lot more homier. It feels more like me, and I am vibing with that a lot. So yeah. This week, I am so excited for the guest. I know you will absolutely love her. Everyone does. Everyone I introduce to this person just loves her, has the best time. Everyone becomes her friend after, and it's like so hard not to. And I think you'll feel the exact same way after you listen to today's episode. All right, all right, all right. I'll stop teasing ya and we will just get right into it. Guys, this is hard to say. She's a social bee, a Brecksville bee, Boston's biggest hype woman. It's Julie Harris!
Tony, be here. How's your day today?
Oh my God, so chill, so good.
Yeah,
I
this is a chill
literally,
Monday.
yeah, I like did things around the house, but it was so nice outside. I went on like 3 little walks throughout the day. It's like perfect weather here.
A dream. A dream.
A dream.
Finally. About
Yeah.
time.
Did you work today?
I did. I work 6 to 4. It was easy peasy. And I was in my home unit, so I was with my friends. So I was happy.
Lovely. Aw. And you had time for a nap and tea?
6 to 4, so I was off for 2 hours.
Oh, I guess it is. In my head, it's 5. So I was like,
I
oh my
already
God,
ate
she's
dinner.
done in an hour? Shit.
I already ate dinner and I watched four episodes of Friends.
Oh my God, what can't give Julie 2 hours and she'll do it all.
Give a mouse a cookie for real.
I do feel like that's always been you though. You just plan out your day. Like,
Down to the minute.
well, and you just make it very known what you want to do. So you set your expectations.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
You
Down to
always
the
been that way? Or
literal
is that like
second.
a recent adult thing?
Always been like this.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm so proud of you that you've always been that way. I
Yeah.
personally even sometimes find it still hard to, tell people what I want. So look at you go. That's why it's so admirable being your friend.
Oh, thank you. Wow, I'm honored.
Wow. Wow. Well, we met 12 years. It'll be 12 years, going on 13 years. We could have a teenage child together.
A 12-year-old child. Labor Day.
Isn't that crazy?
Never
Labor
forget.
Day. Labor Day weekend, Julie and I met freshman year, and life hasn't been the same since.
Change for the better, for sure.
Oh, obviously. Obviously. Do you want to tell everyone how we met?
Podge and I met Labor Day weekend on a Xavier sanctioned bus. Bus ride. I guess we met at the riverfront. And were you in Haley's Man Research group or Jenna's?
Yes, Haley.
Haley's. And then Jenna and I and Kelly and Teebs like all were new, didn't know anybody. Xavier's like, we're gonna bus all you bitches down to the riverfront. You're gonna watch some fireworks. Largest in the country. And we're like, great, we don't have a car, so we'll be there.
can't get into parties, so this works. This is what we'll do.
Truly. Didn't have a fake ID yet, so couldn't buy any beers.
Yeah.
So we were like, okay, well, I guess we're going. And then we met right on the riverfront, right outside the Red Stadium. The rest is history. I was like, this girl is cool. I need to be friends with her.
God, yeah, we got a picture the first night together. Yeah, ever since. Things were
Hot,
great.
hot take, Podge. I always thought that Kelly Philbin was my first Xavier friend because we met the first day of nursing school, but I guess it was you because I met you before that. I'm just putting the pieces together now. That's nuts.
Just now, 12 years of our friendship, and it means nothing. We're just now getting to the bottom of it, the root.
I always thought Kelly was my first friend because I met her the first day of school, but like, man, Risa was before that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Piping hot tea. I'm glad we could settle this here on the pod and get to the root of it. I mean, we're like 3 minutes in and we're already getting to the root cause. What else can we dig up? What else can we clear the air on?
Oh shit, I'm sure a lot of things.
We act like there's a ton of dirt or gossip between us or something. Like there's literally nothing.
I would tell you what color my poop was this morning, and like nothing sacred between us.
Yeah. Yeah. You made a mention about the fake ID. Did you get a fake ID when I got mine? Were you a part of our group or did you do it through some?
Jenna's ex-boyfriend. Well, let's just say a couple husband boys that my roommates at the time may have known were the ones that got me mine. Did you order them from the same thing? I don't know, it's from China.
Yeah, same. Yeah. We
Maybe
probably
it
went
was the same thing.
same place. I got mine through someone through UC that Melissa met, and all of us Brockman girls all got our pictures together, took each other's picture, and then sent in the deets to whomever in China. And we got a, Melissa said when they opened the box, there was like a tea set, like a play pretend tea set, literally. And they had to smash some of the china, and then that's where all of our fakes were hidden.
Wow,
Iconic.
that is so funny. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
I've also heard of people, it came in a teddy bear and they had to rip the teddy bear's head off, and then like all the fake IDs were stuffed in the belly of the teddy bear.
Straight that shit, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I wonder if I made it through still. This is uncovering some secrets on Audrey's World. You heard it here first. I still have a good amount of your guys' fake IDs. I don't know why I have them, but after we all didn't need them anymore, I collected them or people gave them to me. But I have at least three or four of them. I don't know if I have yours. I definitely have Mo's. I don't know why.
She is shit.
I know I have Mo's. I honestly, it's right in this closet right here. I can dig it up right now. How much time do we have? I'll find it right now. I know exactly where it is. Perks of moving is you have to pack up shit, throw away shit you don't want. So I don't know. I used to
I've
live
been
downstairs.
with you for 3 moves, and you've said I need to keep my friends' fake IDs.
That went from my friend's vacations with me from 2K9 to Everson with Roar, and then to Linwood with Jenny, and then to Graham's house, and then to Boston. So
Incredible.
I'm gonna have it. I think I'm gonna do something when we're like 65 years old and like bring them back and just be like, happy 70th birthday. I'll have to do something with it.
That reminds me, when we went to a volleyball like nationals tournament in college, one of the older guys came back and he was probably like 3 years older than us, 3 years older than us. And he brought out his college fake to see, and his college fake was kind of outlining that he was, I don't know, 32 or something when he was in his mid 20s. And he tried to go out with it and stuff like that. And it was a whole bit like all weekend. Like, could Chris get into the bar using his old fake and stuff like that? So we could have a night like that if we can find all of ours. Or honestly, Julie, I thought you were going to say that we're going to be tucked beside you in your grave. Like all of our fakes are just like behind your head in your
Telling them I
casket.
go, I gotta be with my friends, friends for life. That's not a bad idea.
God, literally friends for life. If anyone would do it, I think it would be you.
I love my friends. They mean so much to me.
Yeah. Julie, one thing about you is you are a social butterfly. You are a social bee, can make a friend anywhere, will chat it up with anyone, has the courage to just be yourself. So
Talk to
has that,
strangers. Talk to
has
strangers. The
it,
one thing your parents tell you not to do is what I like to do, talk to strangers.
yeah.
I never got any fans or anything like that, but
God.
this is like such a random deep cut that only the Brecksville girlies will know, but I'll tell you, I'll tell it on the pod. We had this thing in the sixth grade. I'm sure every community had something similar, so I'm interested to see if you had something like this. That in the sixth or seventh grade in Brecksville, Bravey Heights Middle School, there was this purple van, and it was this purple van that would drive around and steal kids. And like, there was like, it was all over the news, like, don't get into purple vans. To this day, I'm terrified of purple vans. But I don't know if they actually abducted anyone. I think maybe it was probably like someone's parent coming to pick them up. It was Brecksville. We didn't have any problems there, let's be real. It was probably someone's like great auntie that was coming to pick them up, and they put out flyers like, "We don't recognize this car. What is this?" But like, you know what I'm talking about, because every weird community had something that scarred you for life. I don't know what the question was, but anyway, social butterfly, yes.
Never gotten in any vans, can confirm. Um, I have this memory when I was really little. I was probably like 6, maybe even a little younger. We were in the Finn Slay house that you know and love, and some woman, or no, her partner or someone was driving, and she was in the passenger seat, and I was like playing on my driveway by myself, whatever, and she rolled down her window, took out a map, and was like, "Honey, come here, can you show me like where we are? We don't know where you're at. Can you come help us? Whatever." Like, isn't that so
You almost
crazy?
got abducted. You could have been.
Thank you. Not literally, I ran into my house and I said, I almost got kidnapped. And I'm pretty positive everyone dismissed me. And everyone's like, Audrey, why would anyone come down our
Your parents
cul-de-sac?
were
Like,
home was the babysitter. Your brother's like, "What are you talking about?"
literally, like, what? No, to this day, I can still remember it. And,
How much
like, hello,
reason?
believe me.
I believe you, Podge.
Thanks. Yeah. I mean, 30 years later, but thank God. Finally getting some validation.
I have a hot take on being a social butterfly. So I can talk to a brick wall, love to chat, love a stranger. Honestly, this is why I'm a wonderful nurse and a wonderful nurse practitioner, because I love to yap, and that's 50% of the job, truly. But on the route that I walk to for work, I have a 15-minute walk. I leave my house at 5:45. I get there at 6. There's this girl that walks, we pass each other every single day. And I've lived in this place since January. So I've been literally passing her at 5:45 in the morning since January. So it's been 6 months. And I have my headphones in. I'm listening to 70s disco. I'm just trying to hype myself up for the day. I'm yawning. I'm like trying to blow off some CO2. I'm like, I'm just trying to wake up. But then I was like, okay, I see this girl every day. Like, I'm just gonna like say hello. So for a while, I was, oh, hello, like whatever. And she'd always say hi back, super cute. She always has her little Pilates bag. So now we'll be like, oh, like have a good day, or like whatever. We'll just like say little things. But I like want to be this girl's friend because she looks so fun. But I'm also just like, I see this girl on the streets. Like I can't just like go up and like I just see her every morning. That's like all we have in common, and she lives on my street. So I'm trying to give the courage, despite as being a social butterfly as I am, to like introduce myself to this girl and like get her number and just be like, do you want to get like a coffee or go on a hawk or walk? Like I need more friends in the neighborhood, you know? I need some community. So that's currently what I'm working on right now.
I love that for you. I'm so proud of you. There are a few people who I do see on my morning walks. I don't see them every day because I fluctuate in my timing of my
Okay.
morning walks, which is a little controversial for me because you know me, I'm quite a rigid bitch at times, and my schedule really means a lot to me. And I'm like so flexible now. Sometimes I go at 6:05, not 6 on the dot. So I'm
That's
crazy.
growth. That's growth.
Um, but no, I see the people, and there is this one man who I used to see on my walk all the time. He's like an older guy with this big German Shepherd. Like they were such a cute duo. He would always say good morning to me, and I haven't seen him in a really long time, but whenever I see him, it's so rare now that I think of it as like a good luck or like a good omen. I'm like, oh, he's back. Okay, great. Like it's good. It's all good again.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah. But saying good morning or saying hi to people as you're walking in the streets is such an Ohio or like Midwest small town thing. When I would go back to Findlay after living in Chicago, people would be like, "Good morning, hi," and it would freak me out. It would take me like 3 or 4. three or four people to be like, oh yeah, I'm not in Chicago. Like they're not trying to kill me. Oh hi. Like I can be nice or like say something back. And it really catches me off guard now when people say that in the morning. So I'm glad you trudged your way with a fellow girly. I think that's a safe place. But if someone like if people do that to you now in Boston, do you freak out or are you just like, oh, there, that's nice, cute?
When I first moved here, I was like worried about that because obviously Boston does have this like reputation of being such like a tough town and like people from the Northeast are so mean and XYZ. And I think to a degree of that, and same in Chicago. And it is true, like cities, like people are just less warm and fuzzy, and people aren't always from towns and communities like where we grew up where that was the norm. But I was kind of worried about that when I first moved here. And then I was like, you know what? Like if I can bring one little smile to someone's face or like say hello, like probably 90% of the time, like people say hello back, a smile or like it, whatever. It's like people don't like try to like have this tough facade. They just like I feel like we're just ingrained to believe like don't say hi, like look down, like stay in your lane and like there are definitely times and places where like that's still what I do. Like, but no, like it's just like be a human being. We're all just on this earth. What are the odds that I'd be walking at the same next to you at the same exact time? Like this is crazy. It's all just chance. So just say hello and move on with your day is how I feel.
Yeah. So true. We all are just human and want that interaction. Everyone comes on the pod, and when we talk about the dream world, a lot of people really miss having community, knowing your neighbors, like a lot of that sort of thing. And I get that it's a little awkward to maybe get rejected by someone maybe not saying anything to you or whatever, but yeah, like you're saying, 9 out of 10 times, I'm pretty sure someone would be like, hi, or just smile or whatever. But that also reminds me, my cousin, she's a flight attendant, and she was speaking about how people ignore her presence anymore on a plane. Like everyone's in their headphones trying to like disconnect. And she's like, I know you see me, or I know you feel my presence beside you. You're literally in the aisle seat. Just say hi or just say no, thank you. I don't need much more than that to work with, but it is kind of sad how easily dismissive we are of other people anymore.
Absolutely. And something that I think is so funny about flights is a flight is just a bus in the air. Like that's all it is. Like people like first class. Oh, I'm in business class. We're on a bus in the air. What a flight is. So it's like just like yeah, like be a nice person. Be a human being. Say hello when you're crossing over someone's lap. Like we're all like squishing there like sardines in a tin can in the sky. Like just be nice to your flight attendants and your pilots and it's just so funny to me. We take things so seriously so much of the time. It was never that serious.
The class system just from a little curtain the size of my fingers, like, oh my God, get a grip. Like, how it's so funny. But would I love to be first class up there with them? 100%. But the classes system that we have on our flying bus is a little crazy.
I've only flown first class once. I didn't buy a ticket. I was upgraded because they canceled my flight when I was going to Carly's bachelorette party in St. Louis. So I was in LaGuardia and I landed and they're like, yeah, your flight's canceled. Thank God, Roy, shout out, was living there. So we went and we got some pastrami sandwiches at Cat's Deli. We went out on a rooftop and got drinks. So thankfully it all worked out, but they were like, we're so sorry we had to cancel your flight. We'll get you on the 6 a.m. to St. Louis. And I was like, great. So they upgraded me. I was like, an hour long flight, first class. I think I slept the entire time. I don't know if there was any benefits to it. I didn't get a drink. It was very lackluster. So maybe one day I'll buck up and pay the money. Or I'll be just in 44K in the back, whatever.
Catch you back there. Hey. My parents used to get upgraded all the time because they would travel like once a week for work. So they would get upgraded all the time. And my parents are nice people and they would let my brother and I go first class instead of them. So we got to experience it. It was really nice. So I think I've been upgraded 2 or 3 times because of them. And this was when I was like in middle school and high school. I would not partake in any of the benefits. I was like, nope, I'm okay. Like, just ignore me. Like, actually, like, I was like all proper, like, whatever. So, never have reaped the benefits of sitting first class, but I've been up there.
What is it when like people say like you dad the flight where you like you've no headphones, no music,
Raw
no
dog, yeah,
meds?
raw dogging
Yeah.
the flight.
You were raw dog in that flight. You were
Yeah,
just trying to
I
keep
at
the
least had
peace.
headphones in,
Oh.
but yeah. My dad doesn't own a pair of headphones.
What does he do when he like walks or runs or works out or
Yeah, he goes
raw
to the
dog the
gym
flight?
all the time, just listens.
Wow.
Listens to the people around
He
him.
doesn't
And
have like AirPods when he does like work meetings.
no,
He just holds his phone.
he has a little like headset that
Oh,
goes around his ear.
those are so cute.
His flights, raw dogs every flight. Like,
Wow.
what the hell? What the hell?
That's like drinking black coffee. Like there are just some things in life that like you just go
He does
for,
that
and
too.
that's one of them.
It's so crazy. I did ask him recently, what does the gym sound like? And he's like, honestly, a lot of people fart and some people will start to sing and like you'll hear grunts and stuff. And I'm like, Dad, you could easily block that out. Like, just get a headphone. Isn't that
Noted.
hilarious? It's crazy, but whatever. My dad,
So Audrey,
that's
we have
just
another wedding weekend coming up. Miss Madison Asher this weekend. Going to Clee. What is
you're
your
throwing out all these first and last names. Like, this is so funny.
a lot of people that watch the pod don't know these people, you know? I gotta paint the picture. I gotta set the stage. I don't know. Marissa gives me such a hard time because she's like, you and mom are cut from the same cloth. You can make a long story long. Like, and I'm like, yes, I can. Let me tell you a minute detail about something you don't even care about. Let me tell you, I'm about to set the scene.
All right, let's do it. We have a wedding
We
this
like
weekend.
this weekend. We're gonna be together again. Are we
Back at
sharing
it.
a bed again?
Might as well.
I'm very excited. It's just the fact that I only had to wait 12 days to see all my favorite people. I wish I had more of that, you know? I wish I had
I
more than just like weddings to get the crew together, but it's tough out there at 30, you know? At
it
29
is.
and 29 and 11 months, it's
I was
tough.
gonna say you're not there yet, but you're getting close. We can round up for this conversation that you're 30. But no, I know. I was talking about that in last week's episode, how weddings, they're so fun and it's fun to see the changing dynamic where we have parents now, we have other married couples or others getting engaged, seriously dating, then we have the single folks, and it's like just so funny to see the changing dynamic of it all. But what makes me laugh is I feel like some of the like more married couples or the ones with kids really lean on us to bring the entertainment, to have the stories, to be sharing this like extravagant, oh, we went to this party, we did this, we're dating this, like I had sex with them, like it was so crazy. Da, 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 da. And I'm like, I'm
Yeah, it's just me in my apartment, baby. Hey.
yeah,
Want
I'm
to know what
like
single life looks like? It's right here. Already
literally
ate dinner, 5 o'clock.
literally like what would you be doing right now if you didn't have a kid or if you weren't dating, if you weren't married to this person? Like you'd be doing the exact same shit. Like it's not crazy. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. I wish that I could provide more entertainment and I will provide you with what I can provide, but I'm sorry it's not juicier.
Yeah, for real. I feel like 90%, I don't know why 90 is just my percent of the day, but 90%, I've said it 3 times. 90% of life is just like boring, dull, run of the mill, average, like maybe even more than that, probably. I don't know. What would you say?
Yeah. My aunt said that to me recently, and it really gave me a better perspective on life because we scroll, 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 and we know I'm a big fan of the scroll. But I'm subconsciously like comparing myself to these people. Yeah, every single day is not grand. Like life is really fucking boring, and it's the fun, random moments that you remember, or sometimes it is though, just mundane shit where something comes along and, it turns out for the better. But it's like TikTok and Instagram show us different things, and like that's not real, babes. It's fake.
Good luck, babe, you know?
Even like, isn't this so funny? Most of our fun memories, like, okay, in college, our failed Christmas tree attempt with and then AKA pergola, that stemmed because of honestly, like,
A boring
you hated
Saturday.
us in that moment. You were so frustrated. It was not how you wanted it to go. But now that's probably one of the things that we always say to each other and bring that up. It's always those stories in like the mundane or when you thought it would be something and then it went to shit that then you end up having the best time or you just end up having an inside joke about. Like, that's what we have to remember, I think.
Really. Or obviously like remember graduation, whatever, but none of the big milestones from like that you like would think you would remember from college. Like I remember Mario Tony, name drop, coming over and making like, okay guys, we're going to Kroger. We're gonna go find some pallets in the back of Kroger and make stadium seating in your house. Just like a Thursday afternoon. That's like what you remember that I'll never forget. It's just so funny that it's things you don't plan.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. For sure. Yeah, those are the moments that make life a little sweeter. And it's in the moment when you're like, my life sucks. This is so stupid. Why are we doing this? Or like, why is this happening? And then that's the thing that you remember the most. So, lemon into lemonade. I've been watching Summer House recently. And I know you aren't a reality TV gal, so I'll fill you in. They have a bunch of different people who live in New York that they go to the Hamptons every weekend for the summer. It's a co-ed shared house. And I think I like it so much because it doesn't remind me of our house because there isn't drama. There's love triangles in it and stuff. Like, obviously, none of that happened in our house.
Yeah.
But what reminds me of our house is the like not gossiping but like, oh my god, did you hear what happened with them, or all of us just hanging out in the kitchen at our parties being like, da da da, this is going on, or just hanging out with each other and not with the people who we invited over to our house. And then the random shit that would happen on a Tuesday night where it's like, all right guys, we're going to start watching Impractical Jokers and this will be on loop 24/7 the 2 years we live in this house. Like,
Wicked tuna
watching
for that
one
brief stint
one
that Mario was there.
literally. Like, it's so funny. So I've been loving that. But what are your some of your fave 2K9 memes?
Mm, the palettes, I love that. The parties we would throw were always just so extravagant for things that we would like work so hard for and then absolutely vacate.
Yep.
Cam Cook throwing a toilet out of the third floor. That was amazing. Parents' weekend. Just like it was not many people are still this close with their like college friends, I would say. And then like not also this many people would have like be inviting their college roommates' parents to their like weddings and like Rachel's parents being so gracious to host us every year in Michigan, like to have like we're rounding 30, like we're popping out kids, like we're moving to different cities, we're getting married, and like we were still showing up to mommy and dad like
Still like, "Eh."
please make me a home cooked meal. Like, I think we like to think we're so old and like whatever, but like in reality, like we're really just kids. Like we're gonna even look back at this and we're gonna be like, oh my God, 30. How did they let us do anything at that age? Like, so yeah, I'm just like so grateful for the friendships and so grateful that we still like stay so close and it's just really special. But there's too many 2K9 memories to count, and 2K9 too many that we don't remember that need to stay unremembered.
No, I agree. So many fun memories all together.
What are your top couple for you?
Um, okay. Table Tennis Tuesday is up there. When the boys had a beer can and threw a dart at it and Cam drank it. Um, throwing parties, the cops getting called on us, going to court senior week.
Spencer getting arrested.
Oh my God. Stupid shit like that. Yeah. Yeah, the parties we would throw. But it's the random th some of those random Thursday nights that we didn't go out where we just stayed in and we played Catan or whatever, or watched a One Direction music video all laying in someone's bed. Like the recaps in the morning. Yeah, that I think are some of my most cherished memories.
I miss the recaps. We don't have any recaps anymore.
I know.
It's gotta
I
be the next
know.
day. Like the recaps don't really like make much sense if it's like a week later. Like, oh, how was this? Like, it was good.
Yeah, like I kind of forget what happened. I think that's why I like the weddings that we're having so much and why I am appreciating the time that we have because one, we're all together. It's like a guaranteed however many days all together and it's fun, but it's kind of college again, but with everyone's partners and it's a little different, but in the best way.
Yeah, for real.
Back at it again. Can't wait to see it. See you then. You are always someone who has a travel plan together. You always have something you're looking forward to, whether it's a travel plan or just a social plan in Boston. Is there a reason for that? Like, what keeps you motivated to do that? Tell me
ADHD
a
for
little
sure.
bit about that. Yep, yep, yep. You said it, not me.
Undiagnosed ADD. Ah, thanks, Mom.
Yeah.
I would say I just have a lot of energy. I always have been like this. My patients all the time. Like it'll be 6:15 in the morning. I'm seeing them. I'm going in, whatever, doing their little pre-admission, and they're like, "Oh, you're certainly chipper this morning." And my coworkers that know me and will just walk by and be like, "She's always like this." Like, and it's true. I just have a lot of energy naturally. I sleep at least 10 to 12 hours a night. I think if you sleep a lot, you could do anything, really. So I don't know. I think like to a degree, sometimes I'm like, Julie, you need to like slow down and like take it in a little bit. I think moving here has been a good thing about that. It's not like I'm around the people that I've been with in Cincy for the last 10 years or whatever. So it's giving me more time to sit back and reflect and like not always be go, go, go. But that being said, like I just love to travel. I love to be out and about. And living alone forces you to get out because it's like, okay, well, I could just sit here, reading my book all day, or I could like go out and go on a bike ride or go to the gym or go see Graham or go see my family or go see friends. So I just love having someone to look forward to. I know that, especially working in healthcare where you see patients that are 55 that get cancer or 45 that get cancer or 35 that get cancer or these crazy things happen. Working in a trauma hospital, you just see the craziest shit that you're just like, oh my God, like this patient's my age and here they are and they're going to be out of commission. It's like, I don't want to be like that. I don't want to ever look back in my life and be like, why didn't I do this or why didn't I travel? I'm obviously very cognizant of saving money and like having a retirement and like being settled later financially in the future. But at the same time, I don't hold myself back for anything that I want to do. Like if I want to go travel, I just go and do it. Like as long as I can pay my bills and have my allotted savings, like why wouldn't you? Because retirement's not guaranteed. Life isn't guaranteed. And I think that's like really one of the great things that came out of working in healthcare and working in the ICU. It's like, wow, you just have to do things while you can. My grandpa was always like that too. He would always say that, like, you got to get family together while you can because you just don't know. Nothing's guaranteed. Like, I could get hit by a bus tomorrow. That could actually happen. Not that I'm planning for it, but I think that's been like a great part about nursing and like always knowing I'm gonna do as much as I can now when I'm young and be able to sit back and sip my tea when I'm older and just be like, wow, just laugh at all the crazy, stupid memories because I was so fortunate to be able to do them.
Damn, that's so true. That's so true. I feel like sometimes it takes hearing that, or unfortunately, I don't know, something like that happening more directly to me where I see that firsthand. Whereas, I mean, yeah, that's literally, you just see it all day, every day. So it's a little bit more front of mind to you where it's like truly anything could happen today. Like, do what you can, have fun. So I'm going to take that with me.
Incredible.
Yeah. How has it been living alone for you, though? I know that it's like, it's a little bit
Amazing.
of an adjustment period.
It is. I think coming from Cincy where I had a nice two-bedroom, I had space, I had roommates on and off, like it is like weird a little bit because it's like quiet, but also it's just nice to like come home, especially working in an industry where I talk all day, to just be like, wow, like I left my place a mess and it's gonna be a mess when I get home. Like no one's gonna yell at me, no one like everything's how it is. If I have it pick spotless clean, that's how it's gonna be. If I want to come home and take a 2 hour nap, I can. Like so it's really, really nice in a lot of ways. I think it's like lonely, like maybe not so much living alone, but moving to a city where you don't like really know people. Fortunately, Graham is here. My parents are here. I have some extended family here. I have some Xavier friends, and like, fortunately, I don't know a stranger because I forced them to be my friend. But for real, like, it can be lonely. But at the same time, that's also why I'm just out and about doing everything. But I think everyone should live alone at some point if they can. Like, I think you just learn a lot about yourself and about how you want to live. But I love it. It's amazing. Part of me is like, can I ever go back to living with someone? Like, I really thought about that the other day. I was starfishing in this bed. I'm taking up the whole space. Like, I'm gonna have to share this. I'm not really a good sharer anymore.
Yeah, I agree. Living alone I think everyone should do it if you can. It's really great. You learn so much about yourself and it really forces you to get so uncomfortable and it forces you to do things alone, which I think everyone needs to do. But oh my God, I feel really bad for whatever significant other comes into my life because it has been almost, let's round up, almost 5 years of this shit. Like, oh my God, that's
Wow.
not going to be easy. I have my habits. I have my creature comforts. I look forward to that day because I agree it can be really lonely and it just like, I want a roommate sometimes, but I know that I actually would probably maybe chop someone's head off if they were my
You'd have
roommates.
to ease into for sure.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure.
First, like whenever like people would always be like, "Oh, we sleep in separate bedrooms," I was always like, "That's kind of fucking weird." And now I'm like, "That's really smart."
I'm literally like, that seems ideal. How can I sign up for that? Like,
And I'm like,
literally.
"Wait, that's actually not a bad idea."
Yeah. Yeah. You know, there are some girls that they're like, I can't fall asleep without my partner or whatever. I'm like, I wonder if I could ever be that way. Like, I don't, I don't know if I could.
I don't know. I've never been in that position where I felt
Yeah,
like, then I see in the morning,
literally. I sleep well without them.
with or without. I'm going night night.
Yeah. How is dating in Boston? How is dating in Boston different than dating in Cincy?
Cincy, I just like gave up because I knew I was moving here. So, I was here for 6 months and then for a travel nurse job, and then I moved back and I was there for a year. When I first got there, I was so motivated. Like that September, I was like, let's do it. Like 3 dates a week. And then I was like, I'm gonna leave here. What's the point? Like, what if worst case scenario is I find somebody and then I fall in love and then like my whole plan is derailed. So it's kind of just like, I'm just gonna finish school, stay in my lane, keep my peace. But even then, like since moving here, I don't know. I'm just like, do I need to? Do I really want to? Like, oh, you work, and then I'm like, do I want to spend my time doing this? Like, not really. Not really. Um, but I also know the man of my dreams isn't gonna fall out of the sky, so that's kind of unfortunate.
It's so unfortunate. It's so
Wouldn't
unfortunate.
that be nice? But yeah, I mean, I'll do the apps, delete the apps, get the apps, be motivated for 2 weeks, delete the apps. I think like two here, similar to Chicago. If January, February, March, it's dead here. There are things to do, obviously, and you can like bop around and like go out to eat and such, but this place thrives in the summertime. People come out of
Mhm.
the woodwork. Same with Chicago. People are on that lakefront path, people are at the rooftops, people are at the beach, like people on boats. Like that's very much like how it is here. People go down the Cape or the islands. That's like the great part about here. So I feel like after this month, I don't really have as much travel where I'm gonna be actually here. I keep asking my patients, I'm like, "Oh, like any fun plans this summer?" And they're like, "We're just sticking around here and enjoying it because it's so fleeting," and it really is. So I would love to meet my significant other in the wild. We'll see. I also like when I go out, like I want to just see my friends like all week. We're working, and then it gets to the weekend. It's like I'm not wasting a Friday night on a first date. Like Chapel told me I can't do it, and I can't. So,
Of course, I have very similar views on dating. Like, we're the same in a lot of ways, and we're in the same position. So, like, I feel like we think it through very similarly. But yeah, when I'm actually out and about with friends, I want to unpack everything with them. I want to catch up. Like, it's so rare that we can get together, or I just want to use that time catching up with them. And I'm not really, don't have my head on a swivel. Like, what guy's here? Who can I yap it up with? Or who can I flirt with? Like, no, no, that's not where my head is at anymore when I go out. And it truly is just like, oh my God, I'm with my girls. I have a great cocktail. Great. Like, life is good. And honestly, Hinge is really not doing it for me anymore. I don't know if it's because I can't take it seriously at this point or something. The people on there, like the answers, I don't know. I'm trying to give it a fair shot, but I can't right now. So I do think I'm hopeful I can meet someone in the wild, but like I feel like I'm not here very often and it makes me mad. So I don't know where I'm going to find him, but I think he's on the street somewhere where I am.
he's on the streets. You're gonna find
In
pick
the
him up off the
wild.
streets.
No, Julie, listen to this. I was walking, it was Saturday. I was doing shit around my apartment here, and I went to Target to grab some food. And on my walk over there, there was a Cubs game, so there were a lot of drunk boys, whatever, hanging around. So there were two drunk boys. They were taking up the entire sidewalk, like, and one was on one end, one was on the other, and there's a gap between them enough that I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to like walk through them. So I walk through them, and one goes, "Hey, my friend thinks you're cute." And under my breath, I said, "Thank you," but like even I could barely hear it. I can admit that. But like I didn't know what to do after that, so I went, "Ha ha," like, "Thank you, ha ha." And all they heard was the ha ha. So, even if I were to find a man on the street, I would laugh in their face if they told me they were cute. So like, I mean, that's where I'm at in dating.
Yeah, I feel that. I was like walking home from work and there was like a Red Sox game and so there was like two guys behind me and I just, when you hear a bunch of dudes like being guys, like it's just like funny to me. So they were like, they're like, "Oh yeah, like I'm gonna be your wing guy tonight. Like I'm gonna be your wingman." Whatever. Like they were just like chumming it up. He's like, whenever you need me to step in, like you. So I was like took out my headphones, turned around, I was like, "You got a good friend there," and like kept walking. And he was like, "Hey," like trying to talk to me. And I was like, "No, like I didn't want to actually talk to you. I just thought like that was funny. You had a good friend." But it's the same thing. Like sometimes when in the moment, it's just like, uh... but I don't know. I love going to these Red Sox games because the percentage of male to female ratio is definitely in my favor. But I'm also like chill with my friends. I'm just getting my $5 tickets. I'm having my beer. I'm like, do I really want to chum it up with anyone right now? No. Devers is up to bat. So
Has anyone ever slid into your DMs? How would you feel about someone sliding into your
has
DMs?
anyone ever slid into my DMs? No, I don't think so. I'm trying to remember.
Yeah,
No. But like I'm private on Instagram, so only people that like follow me are like who would be like one of my
it
friends.
happened.
I don't know. I like did a big overhaul like maybe 2 years after college where I had like over 1,000 followers and I was like, yes, I like know all these people, but like I don't want them seeing my day-to-day life. Like I'm like, I don't want them to know where I am. So I cut it down like significantly, like over half. I was like, got the axe. Like I don't think I'll ever like be off the grid by any means, but
Mhm.
I don't want to like air my entire life out to people. But
Yeah,
yeah, no, no one's ever slid into my DMs.
yeah. I don't know
What
how I
about
feel
you?
about it. Sometimes I think I'd be open to it, other times I don't. I don't know. Well, Julie, one of my favorite stories of our friendship. No, you love this story more than I do.
The Red Sox story?
Yes, spring training. So
It's my
tell,
favorite story.
I knew it. See, you didn't have to be scared.
We got a lot of stories together, Pod.
Trust me, I know. But no, tell everyone about our spring training incident.
Audrey's mom is one of nine, 11,
12.
12. Damn.
Close.
I was getting there. I was moving chronologically up there. Audrey's mom is one of 12, and a couple of her aunties live in Florida. So we went down to Florida. We were just staying for a couple of days in the sun. It was great. And the Red Sox play in Fort Myers, Florida, and that's where we were. So we like had a free day and we didn't really have anything to do. So it's like, "Audrey, let's just go check out the area." I was under the assumption that it would be like the Cincinnati Reds or Wrigley, any major ballpark that has built up bars and restaurants and shopping and everything around the stadium. It's Florida. Of course, it's not like that. So,
No, literally, I think we
parking
drove
lot.
past the field. Like, it was insane. Yeah.
So we get there, and the game started at like 2, 4 o'clock, and we get there at like 5. The game's almost over at this point. And so we roll in, and the parking attendant's kind of like, "Park wherever, like, we don't care. Our shift's almost over." We're like, "Great." So we park, walk in. I'm like, "Oh, we'll just walk around," not really realizing that it's kind of like you're in the stadium or you're in the parking lot. Those are the two options. So I'm like, "Audrey, let's just go. Like, we'll just walk through this. Like, we'll just go through this. I'm sure there's like a little outdoor area, not connected, whatever." So we're in the security line. Like, we're going into the stadium, no tickets. So we
Okay,
just
because along the side, though, there were a few little vendors. So we were like, okay, we'll check that out. So, more
so
context, I
So
guess.
we go and they check our bags. I'm like, "Okay, like we need your tickets." I'm like, "Oh no, 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 wait, we're just walking around. We're just gonna see what this is all about." And they're like, "Yeah, so you need a ticket to like get in this area." And we're like, "No, no, no, you don't understand. We're just walking around to take it all in." And finally I said it like for 3 or 4 times, and Audrey and mind you behind me is like We can't be here. They're gonna yell at us. It's gonna be bad. And I'm like, just walk in like the place. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. And so they were like, yeah, we're not gonna fight you anymore. It's the seventh inning stretch. Go on in. So we went in. We got to sit in the stands. We're walking around. I got a T-shirt from my dad. Like we had the best time. And Audrey was like, "You're gonna give me an ulcer," and I was like, "This is so much fun." And that is the story of our relationship.
Time of her life, enjoying the day, loving the game. The whole time we're sitting in these seats, I'm like watching around. Who's going to get us? Like, who's going to check our ticket? They have to know, like, what is going on. Julie's like, do you think we should, like, order a beer? And I'm like, no, no, I don't think we should.
We should get out of here before they yell at us. It was
And we ended up
perfect.
staying, I think, the whole game after that. So 2 innings.
Last three innings.
Yeah.
That
So
is my,
that
that
was,
is my favorite Audrey story.
it was crazy. I would like to think maybe I could go with the flow a little bit more now, but I don't know if I could.
So
We'll see.
that's why we're a good team.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Great team. We align on a lot of things, and the few things we don't, like, it's fine. We survive. So,
1000%.
but yeah, another example of you just like walking into the place, acting like you own it, just kind of like moving. Did you grow up that way? Like, is that just
That is a
an
direct quote from Bill Harris. My dad would literally tell us to just be like, "We're not supposed to be in here walking like you own the place, like down." That is the kind of, I don't know if that's just like growing up in Massachusetts or what, but that is just something that Bill Harris ingrained in us from a young age. Like, what the worst they're gonna do is say no, so just go for it. And so my sister and I were talking about that the other day. Actually, she was going somewhere and she was like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna pull a Bill Harris walking like you own the place." So I've crashed weddings before. I've done things that I probably shouldn't do, but I'm like, until they say no, I gotta get out of here. I'm just gonna do it, and that's those are the best memes.
I love that. I love that. Yeah,
I think
incredible.
yeah, my mom was more like a reel it in a little bit, but she wants to be like, go for it, have fun.
Incredible. Well, love that, Bill Harris. Clearly, that was quite an influence on your life. Who are some of the other big influences, or anyone else you want to give a shout out to?
Number one, Graham, my absolute bestie, my grandmother. I just absolutely love her so much.
We have to make room for Graham always.
But this is gonna loop back everything that we talked about. So my grandma's 87 years old and she's my best friend in the entire world. I just love her so much. She drives me up the wall, but I also just love her so much. Yesterday, so my grandma lives with my parents. Well, my parents live with my grandma, don't get it
Yeah,
twisted. My
let's set the
grandma's been in
record
the
straight.
same house since 1960, was married for 2 years. Like she's just an earth angel. And I lived with her for 6 months when I travel nursed, and then 6 months when I moved here before I got my place. And living 1 year of your whole life with your absolute best friend was the best year of my life. Like she just is full of so much knowledge and she just didn't care. It's not like living with your parents where they're like, when are you gonna be home? She'd be like, oh, I'm just so happy to see you today. Like total hype woman extraordinaire, like rock star. I just love her. And just seeing how life is so different, like generation to generation. She like went to college, which like that was like a huge thing back then. She was a valedictorian of her class, smart girl. Was it? She taught fifth grade. She but like she was grew up with nuns that like wouldn't beat her per se, but like she would tell me things. I'd be like, that would not be politically correct. I know, like, but like, so she grew up very Catholic, very strict. I remember her telling me stories when I lived with her of like, oh, I we were supposed to go to like Grampy's one of his coworkers' weddings, but I didn't go. And I was like, why? Like, were you pregnant or something? She's like, no, like he was getting remarried. He was divorced and he was getting remarried. And I couldn't go because he was, whatever. And I'm like, what is wrong with you? Like, what are you talking about? And just seeing how different life was, it was just so eye-opening and like also probably the way I am because it's like I see like what it's like when you get older and my grandma would be like, you go to weddings like I go to funerals. And that's just was so eye-opening to me and like just different things she said of like friendships throughout the years. And she's like, oh, I wish I would have maybe kept up more closer with this person or this person moved away. And like I call her, but like whatever. So I think I try to be really intentional and like calling my friends and sending them letters and just giving them love and supporting them because it is so important. Like obviously your romantic partner is like a person that's so important in your life like forever, like the long term. But it's also your girly pops and your good close guy friends and whatever. So I've just like learned so much better, and she's my best friend. And I know you have two grandmas that you knew really well and that lived really long lives, so it's just like such a blessing.
No, like it's so crazy. I know this is morbid when I'm about to say it's the Italian in me because my grandma, who's so Italian, she would only talk about death and it would annoy me, but here I am. Um, but no, I learned so much about them and their ways of life after they died. Like I could see how their final years were and how different they were from one another, and I truly took that as too. Like, okay, my one grandma, she lived to be 100, such a happy, healthy, like long life that she loved. Okay, what did she do? Like, that's what I'm going to do in my life now. But obviously, I love the time that I had with both of them when they were here. Like, I really miss having an old wise figure in my life. Like, it just, I don't know, the last 2 years, it's been like so weird not having that. And I love that you are so close to Graham. And I mean, yeah, like take notes, enjoy the time you have with her, and you can learn so much about life. But I love that Graham is echoing to cherish your girlfriends because I think we're starting to see now with our friends getting pregnant, like we love their partners, we love the men, but the men don't like they won't know what it's ever like. And it's not like any of us will be able to 100% replicate like the pregnancies or struggles or anything like that of being a mom, but we all know it way more firsthand than the partners do or anything. And I think in those moments, like you want to rely on your girls, you want to have those people close and not just have the like hubby around. So we love female friendships.
So blessed. I feel very, very blessed for my gal pals.
For
They say
real.
if you've been friends with someone for over 7 years, you're friends for life. So
Yeah.
a couple of my really good friends too, and similar to Graham, like my grandma met her best friend Elaine Boyer in the second grade, and they're still friends, and they still talk, and they still see each other for lunch, and it's just like amazing. And like one of my like childhood best friends, Rachel and Abby and Carly, and people I've known since like elementary school. Victoria Paulsina, who I met before 9/11, like who Audrey and I visited. Shout out, Vic. Um, and yeah, it's just like crazy and just truly like the only people that really know you your entire span of life are usually your siblings, or close cousins. And I feel very fortunate too to have some really like close childhood friends that just see me through all phases of life and who know me better than I maybe even know myself. It's really comforting. So you gotta make new friends but keep the old. Whatever the song is.
Guys, Julie, literally, we were in the London airport. We were traveling together, and she decides to scream that the friend that we are visiting, she's known since before 9/11, and like just kept screaming
What was
9/11
going on in the
propaganda
airport?
shit. It was insane at the airport through customs, but we survived, thank God. Yet another example of Julie scaring the shit out of me, and I'm just along for the ride. But no.
So
It does. It always works out. But no, it's so true. What I'm seeing with my girlies who I've had, like who I grew up with in my hometown, it is so interesting to see how much we change or grow. But there is something about it, like no matter how far we are apart, no matter how much we've changed or grown, like, yeah, having them be there for you for that long and knowing you still from when you were that little, it's something that's like so special and yeah, unique.
uh, love it. And I
Love
think
it.
like yeah, I mean friends are just so important. It's impressive.
XOXO, love
A
you.
testament to who you are as a person.
Yeah. Eek. Well, Julie, I love this, and I ask everyone what their dream world is. It's Audrey's world. So, what would Julie's world look like?
Okay, what would Julie's world look like? Not like how I want the world to be, actually, in
I
real life,
mean,
or
you can
both.
go that way if you want, but it's up to you.
I'll start with Julie's world.
Okay. Julie's world. We're just living in it.
Julie's world, everyone would be on a bicycle. Like everyone would be riding bikes. Like
No, it would
that
be.
is my
That's so on the nose. Why did I not think about that for you?
honestly, that is my dream world. I have a bicycle blueberry and she's my best friend. I mean, sorry, Graham, but like my best inanimate object friend.
Ride or die.
Aside from my Dolly Parton water bottle, my emotional support water bottle. But no, everyone would be like riding a bike. Everyone would be outside. Everyone would be just active, like doing things, traveling, pickleball, like living their life to the absolute fullest. That would be my dream life. I see so many people that are just held back by things, whether it's fear, anxiety, or finances, or family, or friends, or obligations, work. Stupid. Nothing literally matters. I think like things matter, but like the things we stress so much about, like, are you really going to be stressing about this in 10 years? Or are you just going to be on your bike riding around and having a great time? So just go on your bike and have a ride around and have a good time. Obviously, that's easier said than done, and there are very serious problems happening in the world today, and that's just not the quick fix answer for anything. But no, I think like my perfect world would be it'd be sunny, it wouldn't be too hot. It would involve just jumping in the ocean. I think everyone needs to just jump in the ocean. There are people in this world that have never seen the ocean. What
Yeah.
the hell? That's crazy. So it would just involve biking in a coastal town with some hydrangeas in the sun and
Coastal grandmother summer
getting
is
ice cream and
really
having a cup
great.
of tea. That's my perfect world.
I
My
love
perfect world for real life is everyone just being kinder to each other and everyone just realizing that this is everyone's first time in life. Everyone's first day today is their first day today. Like you have to give people grace. And my sister and I always talk about this, and I always well, she'll be bitching about something like you need to give them grace, like they're going through it. But it's true. Like it's so hard to just be like stuck in your own like head or mind space or this is the way I want to be. Like we're all our center of our own universes. I get it. That's why it's Julie's world. That's why it's Audrey's world. Whatever. But you have to just realize like life is incredibly hard and we're all going through something absolutely traumatic at any given moment. So we just have to be kinder to one another and kinder to ourselves. So I think if there's one thing that I would want to change in the world, that would be something to take away. But my perfect world, everyone's riding a bike.
it. That's so true. I so see that as your dream world. It's very Julie and it's amazing. I 100% agree. I love it. This week, I think my world, okay, you know what? I'm going to take it and I wish that somehow, some way, there was at least 1 month a year that as adults you would live with your friends. And it doesn't have to be the same group of friends each year or anything like that, but it's 1 month of all getting to hang out, all having that time together. It's like a vacation sort of thing. And that's just like the social norm. We just hang out. It's your friends, your community is around for that 1 month each year. I also think that moms should get more than just their time to like shower away from their kids, a shower and a scroll. I think that moms should have maybe a few hours a day where it's just mom time. No one under any circumstances can talk to them. Um, I my dream world would also be no self-sabotage. I think I've been self-sabotaging myself in general over the last few years, and I'm sick of it. I'm done with it. I'm ending the cycle now. So no
Heard
more
it here
does.
first.
Heard it here first. She's taking action. I mean, I said it in last week's episode. Keep the immigrants. They're not doing anything wrong. Trump, bye-bye. No one's interested anymore. Like, let's go back to the days where yeah, we cared about each other.
Lift
We
each
could
other
see
up.
each other's sides. Like, we were just a community. We were all one united front. It may be a messy united front, but it's not like it is now. I don't think we're united at all. So that would be my dream world.
More unity. I love that. More peace, more unity.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, unfortunately, we clearly don't live in that dream world. So, to ease the transition, Julie, and to maybe make it just, a little softer, what is a small win that you recently had? Or a small win that you had that you would just like to celebrate?
A small win would be getting my NP job and being out on my own and just kind of thriving with that. I think I'm still like learning a lot and I still like feel dumb at times, but just like doing the things. Like I worked so hard for my master's and my degree and like my took my boards and everything. I'm just like, wow, it's just nice to be on the other side and I love my job and I love working 3 days a week and that's my big win.
Yeah. So, would your small win be like just navigating all of that now, being
Yeah, just
past that, and just the day to day learning?
absolutely. Absolutely. Just like getting by day to day. Still like living my best summer life and just like showing up to work every day and doing a good job and going home and taking my
Oh,
nap.
iconic. Oh my God, yeah. Maybe naps are in my dream world. Or resting hours.
30 minutes.
Mhm.
30 minutes, no phone. We need more naps. The
My
kids go
small
down from
win,
there. Come on.
I did some rearranging. I yesterday I literally just took anything that I felt like I was Marie Kondoing, but in like a really aggressive, not nurturing way. I would look at something and if I didn't like it, trash bag.
Trash bag. Got it.
Anything that I was over, trash bag. So I think I got rid of 4 trash bags.
Wow.
And then I did some rearranging.
Good for you. It's like spring cleaning, but it's summer. But it hasn't really felt like summer yet, so it's still spring.
Yeah. Yeah. So, new me. I rearranged. I'm not self-sabotaging. Like, God, what else is she going to do? Well, thanks for taking
I
your day to chat, Julie.
I'm just so proud of you for following your dreams and starting the pod and doing the things that you want to do. Like, good for you, Podge. I know, like, it's always something you've been, like, dabbling about doing, and you're doing it, you're killing it, and you're doing it for you, and you're absolutely doing amazing. So I'm proud of you, and I'm honored to have you as my friend, and I love you.
Just pod, podge on the pod. I love.
Bye, everybody.
That's a wrap on today's episode. Guys, didn't I tell you you would love Julie? Ugh. She's always been my friend, my chatty friend, the friend who's down for whatever, the friend who will get me outside of my comfort zone, who there's always an adventure with. But learning more of the why, um, it's great to learn. These are probably questions I should ask my friends, just on a consistent basis, but we're just too busy having fun. Sorry, I'm not getting into the deets with them at that time. But no, it's really great, and I think it is such a sentiment that the future, as much as we plan for it and much as we assume is there, it's not guaranteed. And Julie seeing that every day is just proof that you really do have to seize the moment and seize whatever opportunity you can. She was an ICU nurse during COVID, and like the shit she saw is absolutely insane. And the things she still sees, I mean, are crazy. She now works as an NP. Um, in Boston. She sees a lot of people in and out of surgery. So we'll take it from her, someone who knows best, that just enjoy what you can, get outside, meet the people. Don't let the fear or anxiety or possible rejection get you down in the dumps or stop you from doing something. Something I'm trying to do more, which coincided with this conversation, obviously, is to stop self sabotaging because I do find myself letting the anxiety or fear of rejection like stop me from doing things. And it's like, no, let them stop you. Like, let them say no. Why are you letting yourself get in the way of those things? Like, that's so silly. Let someone else call your bullshit or let someone else tell you no. Why do it yourself? Thanks, Julie. A great reminder from her. But yeah, that's my friend. That's Julie. I hope you liked today's episode. You know what to do, fam. Like, rate, review, subscribe, comment, add some stars, answer the poll questions, tell your friends about Audrey's World. Whatever you gotta do, we appreciate your support. I will be back next Tuesday, but if you miss me, you can always check me out on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube for more visuals, more content, whatever you need. Trust me, I got it for you somewhere. I swear. And just thanks for tuning in and thanks for your support. I'll see you next week. Love ya. Bye.